All right. Welcome back. How you doing there on Tact? Let's check your mic real quick before we even do anything, just to make sure we're connected properly. Now, I was the one today having a little bit of issues, but it seems like my connection is good now, and we're ready to rock and roll. How you doing this morning?
Yeah, I'm doing great. David from OnTact team here. Can you hear me well?
I can hear you loud and clear, buddy.
Alrighty then, yes. Yeah, well, a bit of an issue from the last day, May, but we hopefully the Twitter or the entire Cloudflare doesn't screw us up this time, and we're good to go.
Yeah, no, I totally agree there. Normally we all kind of blame Elon for the ups and downs, but this time it was actually out of his hand, and it was actually a lot deeper of an issue than even we expected. We tried to push on, and it didn't work out. So I'm glad that we have you back now that it seems like Cloudflare's got their with channels all in line. Their traffic is flowing. It seems pretty good. Whatever it was, I was even affected on some of my other social medias and other platforms I use because they use Cloudflare. So it was definitely a unique couple of days, but definitely glad everything's cleared up. Glad to have you back, and yeah, no, definitely excited to dive right back into where we left off. But obviously, I don't want to like those that are just listening in. I don't want them to feel lost and not up to date with it. So, like, I'll go through my questions again. We don't have to go super in depth, the answers and stuff, but just give us the usual kind of talk, about what you guys are doing and building, kind of like how we were. I'm sure it's going to roll off your tongue anyways. I know how if you're passionate about something and you guys are building something great, you've been building for a while. It's like it's second nature to talk about it. So, like I said, I'm going to be loving to jump into it. So first off, obviously, I'll just jump on with the intro like I did last time, a little opening statement. Then I'll jump over to you, give you time for opening statement, give us your role over there at the project or the company, and then we'll give a high level overview and we'll just move on. But all right, glad your mic's working. Glad everything is on spot. So, welcome everybody, and thank you for joining today's DigiFinex AMA. Sorry that we're having to postpone the original date for today. It was out of our hands, even out of Elon's. It was glad we're talking about Cloudflare. So glad to have you guys back. Glad to have you guys here to talk about OnTact. It's officially listed on DigiFinex as of today or as of the other day. So you've had plenty of time to do your research and to see it. And to celebrate the launch, we're rolling out a series of campaign activities, including deposit rewards, trading rewards, referral bonuses, and exclusive AMA drops. As you can see right here, up to $500 reward for those listening to. So thank you guys for taking the time and supporting, the project, supporting DigiFinex, but ultimately, being here week on, week out, listen to us talk and to support these great projects they're launching. So if you're planning to try OnTact token this week is the best time. You're going to have multiple chances to not only interact with the token, but also be rewarded for your time, your effort, and your support. So quick reminder before we start, stay with us until the end of the session. We're dropping a live red packet giveaway for everyone. So tune in. It's just like a Digital Next, but it's much more personal. We get to actually talk and interact with the project and get a good deep dive into what they're building. So for your support, your time listening, we'll definitely have something at the end for you. All right. So yeah, let's begin. As always, I love to begin with an intro. So just go ahead with an intro and give us a high level overview of what OnTact is. And thank you, obviously, for joining us today.
Alrighty, thank you everyone for joining again. Once again, Dave from OnTact team here. I'm just gonna give a brief run through about what the OnTact is and the main visions behind the project. So the OnTact is a governance token for the business networking platform, DocDoc, and DocDoc is a business matching platform where individuals and companies can promote themselves and meet customers and partners and create new business opportunities also. And OnTact is realizing the structure where business connection is instantly valued by transforming a connection, transactions, and the value created from then within the DocDoc platform into a token economy. So the vision of the OnTact is quite clear. It is to establish a real use Web3 economic ecosystem where anyone can create value and earn rewards simply through their daily business activities by linking real world business activities to a blockchain based compensation structure. So we have witnessed the process through with countless reward type tokens, X2E, that being play to earn, move to earn, whatever that is, have failed. This is because most projects repeatedly paid our rewards without a clear use case and eventually hit the limits of the token inflations. OnTact try to approach in a different way and strive to improve this problem with the real use centric structure and revenue generated from the business matching, advertising, subscriptions, and premium services on the Doctor platform is actively used as a resource for OnTax's buyback and burn systems. Through this circulatory structure, OnTech aims to complete a sustainable token economy that leads from rewards to revenue, revenue to buyback, buyback to value increase, And ultimately, as the number of the DocTalk users increase and business on the platform becomes more active, the demand and market value of OnTact will naturally rise. And OnTact is not just a token that pays our rewards, rather, it is a real use-based token that grows through business activities and increases its value through platform revenue-based buyback.
Yeah, it's awesome. No, definitely. I remember our first conversation, and I actually complimented on your guys' ability to really build an ecosystem with balance, right? And we're all here for a very long time. And those that don't remember the early 2022 era where P2E games and all this crazy rewards tokens were coming out. And it was so flush of this great idea, but then people didn't realize that the sustainability model was really light. There was no real cycle within the way the revenue generated positivity for the chart and for the token appreciation and for the overall growth of the project. So, obviously, just from the intro right there, if people were following along, they can really see that you guys took not only chart stability, but platform and tokens use case. Really, we're all here for a very long time. And those that don't remember the early 2022 era where P2E games and all this crazy rewards tokens were coming out, and it was so flush of this great idea, but then people didn't realize that the sustainability model was really light. There was no real cycle within the way the revenue generated positivity for the chart and for the token appreciation and for the overall growth of the project. So, obviously, just from the intro right there, if people were following along, they can really see that you guys took not only chart stability, but platform and tokens use case really to a whole nother level by adding the value within every step of the token, which then in turn supports the platform. And I think it's important when people need to look at their project and they're going to reward the use cases. Don't just reward for random input, but actually continue to reward for the growth of the platform through the way it's designed. And I think that you guys really took the business model and really enhanced to the point where there is sustainability. I mean, that's from what I'm getting, just from your explaining in my research of the platform. It requires obviously the rewarding to be deflationary, but also price appreciation. So you guys really took that to the next level. So appreciate the transparency and the way you guys designed the platform. And I remember last time I was saying there's just a huge need for what you guys are building. The Web 2 platforms are so saturated and they're still so dinosaur that they're not actually utilizing what the type benefits they can from the blockchain and Web3. And so you guys are taking the step to be able to build this business social platform, allowing for B2B, B2C, come in and actually have a platform that's on Web3 and benefit from it and be rewarded for the use is a win-win for the ecosystem. And glad to have you guys here talking about it. So with that being said, you've recently designated a core project, or you're designated as a core project under the DigiFinex Next Generation Growth Initiative. What does this mean for the team and the community?
Yeah, definitely. First of all, we feel very honored to be selected as the next generation growth initiatives, and yeah, definitely very excited. So, OnTact selection as a next gen growth project by DigiFinex signifies more than just a partnership. We think it means that the DigiFinex highly evaluate OnTact's potential, which is a tangible user base and a real use focused tokenomics models. So, we have been promised global marketing support, abundant liquidity provisions, and technical collaboration from DigiFinex. So, through these collaborations, we're jointly building a trade to earn reward hub. Although a detailed introduction will follow, this is the participatory ecosystem where global users can earn substantial reward through various activities, such as mission completions and community building, in addition to trading on the exchange also. And through this, DigiFinex will achieve the goals of user activations, community expansions, and trading volume increase, while OnTact will achieve global awareness and liquidity acquisitions, establishing a joint growth model that generates powerful synergy.
Yeah, no, I definitely can't agree much more. That you guys definitely have a great platform, and we're definitely more and enthusiastic to support what you guys are building there. And I will say we're much more than just a partnership and a collaboration. We're a family over here at DigiFinex, and when we see some great products that need support and have a great chance of doing really well for the ecosystem, we have no problem supporting and doing what we can to make sure that they're a success. And you guys are no short of it. You came in, built a really great platform, and you're now introducing it to the masses. We're definitely here much more than just a partner. We're a family over here at DigiFinex. So, welcome overall for being here, and thank you overall for building such a great ecosystem and being part of the DigiFinex family. So, all right. So, what inspired the creation of TalkTalk, the platform, and how does it bridge the individuals and enterprises in practice?
Yeah, great question. So to answer this, the method for connecting business using DocDog is like quite simple. It's not that hard. Straightforward. Just the starting point is creating a digital business card. So DocDog allows you to register diverse content on your digital business card that you want to share with customers or business partners. This could be a company information, portfolios, or key products. And some people might ask, how is it different from social media like Instagram? But if you think about it, when you meet the person in like hand to hand on Web 2, we don't hand out a social media account first. When meeting someone for the first time, we hand over the business card first. It shows the legitimacy. The motivation for a doctor's creation wants to leave a strong first impression at a crucial moment that can determine the success or failure of a business. So just the first meeting and the first connections could be an example. And we're not stopping there, of course. We are expanding with the goal of establishing a business hub that connects individuals and businesses. This feature will be revealed pretty soon, so stay tuned. To briefly introduce the Business Hub, it can be described as a space where me and my company's profile and promotional content are delivered and propagated to customers 24 hours a day. It started with the philosophy of promoting oneself and one's company, but it has now evolved into a practical platform that enhances business efficiency and success potential. So, in fact, many corporate users are experiencing significant effectiveness in the sales and networking. And we consistently receive feedback, especially from sales focused company, that it says it has helped with their actual revenues like enormously. And that's when we feel like super happy and proud.
Yeah, no, right? It definitely is like almost like a big parent, object. You guys built some from infancy all the way down to getting to maturity level, and to see it actually in action and working, it's a proud moment. You built something great here that you don't know how great it's really going to be and how beneficial it is. You have your vision, but then when the actual product is delivered, and then you see the use case, you see people utilizing it, products utilized in businesses, and then the entire vision starts to unfold. It's a great thing, and so definitely we'll say kudos to you guys for being able to get to this far without you know uh, with not without problems. Obviously there's problems, but with such cadence and people coming in and checking it out and actually having that early adoption, I think is a huge plus for you guys. And obviously it shows that you guys are building something that is a need in the ecosystem. As you grow and scale, it's only going to be much more of an eye opener for those that are coming in looking for work or looking to establish their profile, their company, to start to grow and scale, themselves. They'll have a platform to do that, but also cater to them on the blockchain. So I think it's very important for people to realize that the benefits of the blockchain, but what you guys are building is huge. And what, not even what you're building, what you've already have built, and what you guys are continuing to build out. So I hope people are paying attention and following. And you heard a little bit of that, early, of how early you guys are, the talk that we're having. So make sure you guys take the time. You are uh, turning the following and turn the notifications on TAC, so that you can stay up to date with what they're releasing. Because like I said, they're very early. There's a lot to have come out, but this is your chance right now to deep dive into what they're doing, do your research, and kind of see the benefits. And we all know that if you're working in this space, you've been through, countless other platforms looking for work, looking to establish your name in the blockchain. And this might be, a way that you can not only establish yourself in blockchain, but get familiar with a lot of great products that are building and that are there for the long term with their transparency, by launching on their platform. So make sure you guys are taking the time, like I said, to follow and turn those notifications on. And also, man, join the conversation. You never know what kind of new opportunities you can get just by joining their social platform, Telegram, and being part of the conversation. The opportunities can come from not only just the project, but by the community members itself. So, and if you have any questions that you guys are needing answered that is not being answered today, make sure you guys are jumping in and asking those questions, because the only dumb question is ones that are not asked. So, all right, let's continue. So, how does OnTact aim to position itself as the LinkedIn equivalent model in the blockchain space? I know I think I kind of jumped over this one last time, but you were very excited to be able to jump into it last time, even though we kind of jumped over that question. But since we're back and our flow is really good, and we have plenty of time, let's just jump into all my questions. And so, for that one is, how do you aim yourself or position itself as the LinkedIn equivalent model in the blockchain space?
Oh yeah, sounds good. Yeah, as you mentioned, we due to the time limitations, we jumped on this one. But yes, I partially talked about this in the previous question, but we are going like a little deeper dives on this question level as well. So OnTech aims to be the new business networking platform of the Web3 era. So beyond simply connecting businesses, we are building a structure where the business activity itself leads to rewards. So business achievements obtained during the process of a business contract being concluded or a transaction being conducted through ttogttog will be connected to the OnTact token economy and paid out as rewards. So while not all activities are recorded directly on the blockchain, performance and contributions will be transparently rewarded by linking them to a blockchain-based reward systems. Through this structure, business connections evolve from simple relationship building to an activity that creates value. So currently, LinkedIn has secured 1 billion users worldwide. And to achieve the vision we propose as a business platform, most importantly, mass user inflow is absolutely necessary. So users nowadays even say the most popular service is the one that gives the most rewards. As such, the blockchain-based reward systems conducted by OnTact will be act as a key catalyst for rapid user diffusions and participations. OnTech is not merely a platform that connects businesses. It is rather a platform that connects businesses, creates value, and converts it into rewards. This is how OnTech is redefining the business network of the Web3 era.
Yeah, no, and I've been saying that for a while now. That we're definitely in need of a platform very similar to what you guys built. At least I've been talking about. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk about it and a lot of industry movement, but it wasn't until what you guys built it now to really, showcase what you guys really have to offer that people should be excited about. Like we were talking about, it's not merely just a B2B, but it's one that's actually rewarding those that are actually utilize the ecosystem and trying to help and scale and support. And I think hand in hand, that's how it should be. We talk about the power and strength of Web3, and that's one of them is the time and effort that a community member or business does in order to grow and scale themselves is then in benefiting the platform that they're helping. They should then in turn help each other. And while they're we're definitely in need of a platform very similar to what you guys built. At least I've been talking about. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk about it and a lot of industry movement, but it wasn't until what you guys built it now to really showcase what you guys really have to offer that people should be excited about. Like we were talking about, it's not merely just a B2B, but it's one that's actually rewarding those that are actually utilize the ecosystem and trying to help and scale and support. And I think hand in hand, that's how it should be. We talk about the power and strength of Web3, and that's one of them is the time and effort that a community member or business does in order to grow and scale themselves is then in benefiting the platform that they're helping. They should then in turn help each other. And while they're getting platform growth, traffic, being a part of the ecosystem, and being a part of your platform, that right there, it's the support for you. Then turn around and rewarding them gives them more incentive to always utilize your platform first, be the main goal, and then that then in turn helps grow and scale the project. So definitely love how you guys have been able to really hand the market what it needs, right? And there's a lot of businesses right now, especially institution grade level business, that are trying to come in and navigate the business side and the hiring side and the social side, and just becoming a part of the ecosystem is not easy. And so having a platform that not only kind of brings that profile, the platform show, and promotion, what they're trying to do, and to drive traffic and customers to them through your platform is an ingenious way to go. And so definitely like what you guys are building. I think it's important that people realize that that's the next big wave coming, is that institution is the big business. And so having a platform that's already mature and ready to go, I think is going to be a win for you guys. So with that being said, let's jump in a little bit of the token. So beyond like the governance, you mentioned a little bit over there earlier. A lot of us know about governance, so we don't have to dive too much into it. But what are the main utilities and use cases of the OnTact token within the ecosystem?
Yeah, of course. We don't want to be the one of those tokens that say, "Hey, you can do the voting, you can participate in the governance." We talk about the real use cases, and we mean it. So, OnTech is a real use-based utility token that operates around three core structures that are reward, usage, and circulations. The first rewards will be OnTech provides a structure where individuals and companies can introduce themselves to the Doctor platform and continue to receive reward through business activities or mission completions. This reward system will become a powerful driver that encourages user participations and promote activities, and serving as the core mechanism for rapidly expanding TalkTalk's business ecosystems. And the second will be usage. OnTech is used as a payment method for various services within the TalkTalk platform, such as the premium subscriptions, business matching, and customer priority exposure. Let's take an example. Many professional occupations, let's say especially lawyers, will use TalkTalk, and this is because it is a very efficient platform for effectively conveying their careers and portfolio. And most lawyers will use basic business matching features for free. However, among them, lawyers who wish to be exposed to more customers will pay for the priority exposure service with OnTact. In this way, OnTact creates a structure where the token is naturally used and circulates accordingly to actual business demands. As of 2024, the global online advertising market size is estimated to be approximately $630 billion. Within this colossal market, DocDog is evolving not merely as an advertising platform, but as a participatory business ecosystem combining advertising and rewards. Companies will execute advertising while encouraging users' participation through token rewards, and users will experience a new phenomenon where they earn real income just by participating in the advertisements. And third but not least, circulations. Revenue from pay services generated on the platform will be used for OnTact buyback and burn systems, controlling the market supply and stably maintaining the token's value. Therefore, OnTact is completing a sustainable economic ecosystem through a structure where users reward business activities and token value stabilization circulates. And ultimately, OnTact is not just an investment asset, but a real use based token that users and companies create value together.
And that's freaking awesome, man. And I did catch a little bit in what you had said there that I want to kind of touch and highlight for the community members here that might not have caught it, or that might have a language barrier. We just have to kind of just touch back on it. But so obviously you utilize the token for premium subscriptions or premium features there, but you did say something about a free, a freemium version of it, or a basic level of it. And is that free, or is it any part of it kind of token gated, and beyond the the premiums, or could I still want to come and check out the platform, make a basic platform profile, and then still check out the platform, and then obviously if I want to grow and utilize more features, then I would grab some tokens and pay for features. Just kind of give me a little bit breakdown on that for those that are already looking at wanting to join the platform and see what monetary level they need to have for the features they need to have.
Right. So, I guess the question is how we are different from the other like reward based tokens, right? Essentially, correct?
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. Yeah. So, what you said is absolutely correct. Just think it as a LinkedIn, and there's a LinkedIn Premium. Everyone can use it for free, enjoy the platform for free. But just like any other platforms, if you want to stand out amongst your competitors and you want to have the edge of the other people, and you like to advertise, you use the tokens to promote yourself. It's pretty simple, but it's on the blockchain and Web3. So, since I already mentioned the core contents in previous answers, let me briefly explain about the B more in detail. So, reward type tokens were like once a huge trend. You mentioned it, and you remember service where you got rewards for walking or listening to music, playing games. However, most of the play to earn, move to and listen to earn all the projects encountered the limit of inflations due to excessive token supply. The reason for this was the lack of the clear use case for the token, and even if there was one, it was mostly used for purchasing items to increase rewards. Eventually, while the token was temporarily consumed, the amount of rewards itself continued to increase, leading to an inevitable intensifications of inflation over time. So in contrast, OnTact has a clear real use case of structure. It is used a payment method for service necessary for actual business activities within the DocDoc platform, such as business matching, customer priority exposure, and premium subscriptions. Well, that is, it is not just a reward token, but a utility-based token with real value within the business network. And furthermore, platform revenue generated through these activities is actually utilized as a buyback resource to increase OnTact's value, fundamentally solving the inflation problem of existing reward type tokens. So in the end, OnTax is distinctly differentiated from the existing X2E model in that it is not a token solely for reward, but a token whose value increased through real usage and circulations.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. I actually love, like I was saying earlier, I love the way you guys organize the ecosystem for the token and around the token, because it's not merely a rewards token. That's just a small benefit and a feature within the platform that you had to have a rewards token to be able to benefit from. But the use cases that you already have built into it allows the rewards to be a much more sustainable what's what I'm looking for. Uh, Action plan or business model. That's a better way to say it. And I actually appreciate the way you guys have been able to build it out and to look at it as the token has so much use cases, and now it being rewards the all of the use cases, all of the revenue generating helps back that up, and the buyback system is a very important thing, and I believe that's much more than direct rewarding. It's very important to always have your token having a stable chart and always buybacking, obviously, to increase that liquidity, just in case there is any type of negative sell off. You'll always have that extra liquidity backing up through the buyback. So definitely love what you guys have been able to do to enhance the idea of it's not just a simple rewards token. We have so much more behind it, and rewards is just the added feature that we're giving to you guys for supporting and utilize the system. And I think that's an important incentivizing the user retention. And I think that's much more important than people realize than scaling the user overall. Because if people aren't coming back and utilize the platform day on day out, then it's going to be a harder a hill to run up. So I think that having a great platform that has great use case brings great revenue, but then in turn feeds that right back into the ecosystem and into the rewards part is a great plan. So you guys definitely knocked it out of the park with designing that, so that the inflation doesn't take over. And I totally agree. There was some great platforms that did really well, but they let that bonus or boost and all that kind of get over in their head, and eventually it became too much for them. And that's because they designed a rewards token and only featured that. You guys definitely use that as not the main part of the token. So definitely really thought out business plan. So very transparent. I hope you guys are really paying attention, the small nuances on how they present themselves, how they're talking about it. And I always tell you guys, always check out the team, make sure you're following the team, make sure you're doing your first research on the team, how they're building, what they're doing, because in the end, any product is just vaporware if it isn't a great team behind it. So make sure you guys are not only checking out OnTact's ecosystem, but check out their team and how transparent, how hardworking they've been, and where they've been able to take their platform up to this date. So all right, so DigiFinex and OnTact announced plans to build a global trade-to-earn rewards hub. Could you share more about how the system works? I know there's a lot of people that were asking questions from the last one, in the comments and in my DM, so I'd love to kind of make sure we touch on this and kind of get a good breakdown on how you guys plan on having that launched.
Yeah, another great question. Yeah, trade to earn reward hub. I think this is the thing that most of the people will be most interested in. So let me explain. The trade to earn reward hub is a trading participation reward hub that DigiFinex
Ecosystem, but check out their team and how transparent, how hardworking they've been, and where they've been able to take their platform up to this date. So all right, so DigiFinex and OnTrack announced plans to build a global trade-to-earn rewards hub. Could you share more about how the system works? I know there's a lot of people that were asking questions from the last one, in the comments and in my DM, so I'd love to kind of make sure we touch on this and kind of get a good breakdown on how you guys plan on having that launched.
Yeah, another great question. Yeah, trade to earn reward hub. I think this is the thing that most of the people will be most interested in. So let me explain. The trade to earn reward hub is a trading participation reward hub that DigiFinex and OnTact are jointly building. So unlike existing trading reward programs, it is a structure where users trading, including spot and futures trading, is directly linked to OnTact rewards and substantial benefits. For example, when a user completes a specific missions, they'll receive a My Earth NFT. That's the name of the NFT, My Earth, which daily pays out OnTact and exchange airdrop funds. Simply put, they receive the mining rig that pays a daily reward. Also, when a trading volume achievement machine is completed, an item that accelerates the growth of the My Earth NFT will be provided. This completes a circuitry structure where trading becomes growth, and growth in turn leads to more rewards. To briefly introduce the My Earth NFT, My Earth NFT is a reward type NFT featuring diverse ecosystem of the Earth, such as the savanna, rainforest, and underwater world, depicting the process of life flourishing and growing. For example, in the savanna region, a lion family might initially migrate, and over time, more animals like elephants and giraffe will coexist, showing the expansion of the ecosystem. As the My Earth NFT grows, it will provide greater daily rewards, offering both visual satisfaction and the enjoyment of the tangible rewards. Users can connect their My Earth NFT with other users' NFT as friends to gain higher rewards, and this will naturally create viral diffusions and community activation effects. In reality, gaining users' recognition and favor for a new coin requires a lot of time and effort, and this is because most people are not easily interested in news and about coins they don't know well. What about users who encounter trade to earn reward hub for the first time? Initially, they will be more interested in airdrop funds and trading fee discounts, coupons than OnTact, which they are unfamiliar with, of course. But however, the OnTact will be continuously exposed to users through their daily rewards, and this repeated exposure and experience will gradually increase awareness and trust in OnTact. So at the end of the day, the trade to earn reward hub will in a 3 points. First is a joint growth model combining DigiFinex trading ecosystem and OnText reward systems. And second, will activate DigiFinex trading volume increase and user participation. And third, will complete a win-win structure that increases OnTact's brand value.
See, like I was saying earlier, we're much more than just a collaborative or a partner. We're family over here. I love the way you've been able to, really take that to the next level. It's not just about your platform or DigiFinex platform, but it's about how we can benefit each other, how we can help each other grow, and how the users can benefit regardless of what platform they're on and using to interact with you guys. So definitely love what you guys are building. I can't wait for the rewards, hub and to actually utilize it and to see a lot of users here jump in and be rewarded for their support and their hard work, and they're utilizing a platform that they can benefit in the long run from either way. And so I think that it is one of the great things that we have going. We had DigiFinex and with you guys, being able to actually find a way that we can utilize both ecosystems for the opportunities for our community members. So all right. Here's another great question. I think that this is right before we got stopped or actually, we got stopped on that last question this last time. So I'm glad that we're able to come back. We have plenty of time to actually dive into this. And this is one that I think a lot of people are always looking forward to. It's like that alpha that's obviously not alpha, but it's a lot of times trying to understand and gauge what you guys are doing over there from the mouth of the team is can be a little hard. So having you here is a great opportunity for saying what's upcoming, what milestones or product launches can users expect after the OnTact listing in November. Obviously you don't have to anything you guys are not ready to announce, but obviously you probably have some really great stuff that you guys are ready to continually grow and scale your platform. So
Yeah, so thank you. Yeah, roadmaps are absolutely important. So I'll just disclose what I can, obviously, and many users are showing great interest in the trade to earn reward hub. So at this time, I would like to introduce the opening schedule and future development plan for the reward hub. So first, in January 2026, the beta service for the trade to earn reward hub will open. And either in the beta service, user will naturally understand the reward structure by directly experiencing the core features of the reward hub through quest, daily missions, and weekly missions. Through the process, we expect users to experience the practical benefits and value of the reward hub, and their awareness and favorability towards OnTact will gradually increase. And in February 2026, the official service for the trade to earn reward hub will open in the official service. We plan to release the package product combining trading fee discount coupons and the My Earth NFT. We'll also open a dedicated NFT store for users who want higher rewards and benefits. In March 2026, the buyback system is scheduled to be introduced to the trade to earn reward hub. In fact, coins with many rewards and benefit cannot be free from the risk of inflations. To solve this, we plan to actively utilize the revenue from the reward hub store as a buyback resource for the stable value maintenance of the OnTact. And furthermore, a separate inquiry page with the DigiFinex will be provided so the process of the buyback resource accumulations execution details and result can be transparently disclosed to all Reward Hub users. The buyback resources will be securely and transparently managed through the joint administrations of the OnTech Foundation and DigiFinex. Through this, we will complete a reward ecosystem that secures both transparency and sustainability. Many people may have this question, even if buyback is finished. There have been almost no project that actually saw an effect, so will it really be meaningful? The reason previous project did not see an effect is simple. Buyback was conducted on a scale that was utterly insufficient to influence the market price. While it is difficult to disclose a specific ratio at this point or timing of the buyback at this moment, I can certainly say that we will execute an aggressive and perceptible buyback that can have a tangible impact on the markets because our on-tech is too precious to give it away.
no, 100% agree. And I will definitely say some of the best products and projects that I've been a part was teams that really were conservative about their tokens and really put their tokens for proper growth and proper usage over time. Did a lot well. Obviously, we all want that explosive and all the rewards and all the fun airdrops and the campaigns, but if it's not done concise and wisely for the project's growth and scalability, it can hurt the project and the overall community in the long run. And so I definitely totally agree. Those are your special gold in your pot, and you don't want to just give it out freely willy nilly. You want to make sure it is done properly and the best for the best use for the project overall. So definitely agree there. All right, well, I'm excited. You guys obviously have a really packed roadmap, and you guys are very concise about it. And you guys have really been on, delivering time and time again. So I have no doubt, everything's going to be exciting. And when the beta version comes out, I'm going to be ready for it. I'm going to be even probably doing some side things with my communities to get them excited, and to want to join and be a part of it. Because, like I said, I see the use and the need of what you guys are building in the ecosystem. I personally use a lot of the Web2 platforms, right? And it's time for us, to step forward and utilize Web3 for what it's used for. And now that we have a product that's actually standing out, building something that's a huge need in the ecosystem, especially for scaling and growing as institutions come in and much more regulation comes, there's going to be that influx and that need for a platform to showcase these businesses and that can actually then present themselves to the Web3 community. And you guys are definitely on track to build something great. So finally, my last question for today is, what message would you like to share with the DigiFinex users and the broader Web3 community ahead of your launch?
Yeah, time flies when you really have a good time. Yeah, last question is just to say a few things that I can say to the audience is that the trade to earn reward hub occupied a large portion of what I spoke about today. But in conclusions, I would like to re-emphasize the protagonist, the main character, OnTact, is based platform, ttogttog. OnTact is a real use-based coin whose value grows through the connection of actual businesses. It is designed to have a clear use case where it's actually used within the business network, rather than just ending with a reward for activity. Through this, it forms a structure where reward, usage, buyback, and burn circulate, creating the continuous value increase and stable token economy of OnTact. Occasionally, people might ask, does a business platform fit well with the coin? It is not a mainnet, so will it really have growth potential? Such views often come from those who prefer large scale mainnet projects. However, I believe that is actually OnTact's greatest strength. Even if you invest in a mainnet based coin, we rarely use that blockchain directly in our daily lives. In the end, if the price drops, interest also fades. OnTax and ttogttog are different. Most people here are likely office workers or business owners, and they exchange business card, conduct business activities, and meet people. ttogttog and OnTac are naturally integrated into all of those processes. We are not a project that boasts a grand mainnet, but a real use coin that can be used every day in the real world. That is OnTac's true strength. And going forward, OnTac will develop a bridge connecting reality and Web3, and as a real use coin that allows anyone to create value and earn rewards in their daily lives. The connection of business creates value. OnTac will open a new era of business network based on this philosophy. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you, man. I really do appreciate you giving the time to break down, what you guys are building over there. OnTact is definitely not just a basic project out there, like you're saying. It's going to be a game changer, especially as you guys continue to grow and scale, bring value to your community and to businesses. It's a no-brainer for me what you guys are building, and I really appreciate you giving the time to break it down to the community. And I appreciate the community spending the time to come back, listen to us after our first little Cloudflare incident. So it was obviously out of our hands, but definitely glad that we had a great explosive AMA. We have really great community members and some really great teams listening in. So hopefully some of those projects and teams will come and start to utilize your platform, or even reach out and partner. I always encourage people, especially projects out here that are doing really well, really great teams that are trying to make a difference, to work together, partner up, because we are still so early and we need to bring the value not just to the ecosystem that we have here, but to the world out there. We need the masses to see the great value there. And so having really great teams work together to really bring that forward is going to be the way we all kind of make it. And so, like I said, I appreciate what you guys are building over there. And in the end, you guys are doing really well, and you guys build a really unique platform. So I have no doubt that you guys are going to be doing really well. So obviously, good luck with everything. And for the community members, it's not over yet. I do have one more last thing to tell you guys before we end this thing. So make sure you stick along. But as always, it's not financial advice. You do your own research, guys. So make sure you are taking the time to check them out. Get in there, be a part of the conversation. And if we touched on something that might have brought up a question, like I said earlier,